What's up, Conroe? Yeah, Nerd Thug Radio here. We are on 104.5, 106.1, the sister stations, and on irlonestar.com. This is Corey DLG. This is the DLG Takeover. It happens every once in a while because we take over stuff. With me, as always, Nico DLG. That's right. Yeah, I don't take trips. You don't go on vacations as Joey does. My life is a vacation.
That's true.
Yeah. With me as well is Vicky DLG, making this the DLG Takeover.
What up, what up?
And our minion, Zack Attack.
Hey.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Acknowledge it.
Okay. I'm imagining a giant yellow Zack.
All right. Nico, you ready to play that beautiful music?
I don't know why you had to say giant.
Get ready. Get ready here, because real quick, we're going to give you just a taste of the Joey Savage here. He's going to tell you about our friends, Space Cadets. Nico, roll that beautiful bean footage.
I only have the Wild Thing one, but here it is.
Okay.
Joey Savage with Nerd Thug Radio. Conroe's newest sports bar, Wild Thing, is a modern-day rustic saloon with all-American charm. Wild Thing, a bar and restaurant in the Conroe Woodlands area, right off FM 1488 and I-45, with a welcoming ambiance and atmosphere of delicious food, relaxation, and quality entertainment. Wild Thing has over 70 televisions regularly airing local and nationally televised sporting events, as well as daily specials and pricing. Wild Thing Bar and Restaurant, the best scenery in town.
Boom.
Boom.
Did you miss Joey? Is that why you played that?
I just wanted to do him the luxury of letting him into this episode, because I'm not letting him count, because he's not here to do it.
Episode 63.
I hate you. I shouldn't have even said it. But anyway, that's just... Sometimes the listeners need a little taste of the Savage to know how sweet the DLG is. You know what I'm saying?
That's fair.
A little salty. Fair. A little salty before the candy.
It's like putting a little salt in your hot chocolate.
Right, yeah. Just remind the hot chocolate who's boss.
That makes it better.
Right,
that's true.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right, so there's been some interesting stories this week about YouTube, and I figured this is the group to talk to YouTube about. My two little DLG little minions here.
Your boy's always updated.
Sorry, are you saying the U2 as in them, or YouTube?
Your Honor, these two Utes.
Right.
These two Utes.
I'm sorry, the youths.
Yeah. Yeah, so my cousin Vinny there. But yeah, so what I'm talking about here is YouTube. There's a couple of cool stories that broke. First, I want to talk about YouTube Red. They're trying to push and develop almost like a subscription service to kind of counter the Netflix and the Hulu and all that.
Right.
The first couple seasons have just been essentially YouTube stars in some sort of expanded format of their own little brands.
YouTube gave them a bunch of money to make a show.
To make more of what they already do, right. But now they've started to kind of branch out. Last, quote-unquote, season of stuff, they had some original content, and now they're actually signing some big names to do real original content. Nico, the love of your life, Dan Harmon, has been signed to do a scripted television or scripted YouTube Red series called Good Game. The premise is that it's about an E-League team trying to make it in the E-League world, which is electronic gaming for those who don't know.
I swear to God, when you said E-League, I thought that was something below AAA in baseball.
Yeah, like these are like really bad baseball players.
I 100% thought
negative.
They're so bad they only play video games. And so they're playing video games to try
They're
and
the
make
Wii Olympians we were talking about.
That's right, they are the Wii Olympians. So these Wii Olympians are trying to make it big in the gaming world and also just in life. And Dan Harmon is scripting this show.
This sounds fantastic. It sounds like my dream. My dream has come true.
It sounds like it's actually going to be this sounds like a show I would like to see. So this is the first time YouTube Red has actually accomplished its mission of actually piquing my interest at all.
Right.
Which I assume is their direct mission. They all get together in the boardroom and they're like, "How do we get Corey?"
But is that an action that YouTube Red, or is it an action of Dan Harmon?
Well, it's the action of them to go to Dan Harmon and get this. No one else managed to get this show from Dan Harmon. So
that's fair.
In that aspect, I'm going to give them full credit. Also,
I love everything that guy touches.
Also, if you smell what I'm cooking, The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, also has a show being developed with YouTube Red. You ready for it? It's called Lifeline. Who wants to guess the plot?
It's Baywatch again.
Okay, he says Baywatch. What do you got?
He's sexy EMT.
Sexy EMT.
No, I got.
What do you got?
I think it's people who are having critical crises, which is redundant, who are having crises in their life, and Rock is trying to help get them back on track.
I'm going to give you partial credit for that. The premise of this show, and I believe he's just producing it.
Sorry, is it scripted?
It's going to be scripted.
Okay.
And it's
never mind. I would have changed my answer, but
okay, go ahead. What do you got?
No. Go ahead.
Okay, because you could lose your partial credit too. That's how partial credit works.
I'm going to stick with the partial credit.
Yeah, good answer. So Lifeline, being developed by Rock, the Dwayne Johnson, is about
I think he's Dwayne the Rock, but okay.
No.
I like Rock the Dwayne.
Yeah, I go Rock Dwayne Johnson because that's how I met him.
No,
he was the Rock when I met
You
him.
have to say Rock the Dwayne though.
Yeah,
Johnson.
Dwayne.
What about like Rock?
Because
the
that's what you said the
Casbah?
first time, and I think that's not
Rock
really
the
good.
Dwayne Johnson.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm alright with that.
I'm gonna write this down.
Who here had time traveling insurance agent? Did anybody? Anybody?
No.
No.
I think we need.
What?
I think
Yeah.
you guys need to know when I'm on this show, everything I say should be prefaced with, and this also includes time travel.
Right. So you were actually
I think that's a good policy for me.
I think that's the Whovian.
right. So you were kind of close because the premise of the show is insurance agents that can time travel, and so to avoid making payouts on people who die,
That's awesome.
they time travel
That's
66
awesome.
days
Save
in the past. They could go 66 days to the future. So when they find out someone's going to die,
That's
they
awesome.
then prevent it from happening.
That's awesome. That is
To-
an awesome premise for a show.
It's so bureaucratic
so many
slash
things-
heroic
that's
for
funny.
There
Yeah.
are so many things I like about what is happening right now that I can't even enunciate them all correctly. First, if The Rock is developing this show, like as an actual producer, like he just went up 15 or 20 levels in respect for me.
Right.
If he's starring in it,
He was already at the top of
even
it.
better, because
Right.
The Rock is no longer the kind of guy who is only an action guy, which is awesome because this is a sci-fi show.
This is super
No matter how
sci-fi.
funny or
And
how
funny,
action-packed it is,
Yeah.
it is sci-fi.
They are
This
time
is
traveling
wonderful.
to alter timelines, to save lives, to prevent bureaucratic
But is it-
companies from
okay,
paying
but-
out for people.
But is it to save lives or is it
Great
to
idea.
cancel people's policies?
No, not to cancel the policy. It's to so they don't have to pay.
So they don't have to pay it.
Right.
But not have to pay it because they've canceled it, but
Right.
to keep them from action.
Right. They're saving-
everything about this.
They're
is
saving their
amazing.
lives for greedy reasons. Like,
Right, but who cares?
Yeah, I think
good
it's great.
is good no matter what your reason.
See, we were talking about this off the air. I think if you do bad things, even for a good cause, it's still bad. So
Right,
if
I
you
agree
do,
with that though. It's the action, not the reason behind it that makes an action.
Right.
good or
Okay.
bad.
So saving the life is good. So
no matter
therefore,
why you
right.
did
Yeah.
it.
Okay. All right.
Because
Yeah.
it's a net good for the universe.
Net good.
Unless
If
it
we
comes,
assume saving a life
Net
is a
good.
Unless you save Hitler.
right, you save baby Hitler, so you don't have to do a $20,000 payout. I bet there's somebody with a problem
I
with
have a
that.
lot of opinions on this.
Baby Hitler.
No. But go on. So that's awesome.
Yeah. So that's the other show that's being developed. Also, I just kind of want to talk about YouTube stars in general. You guys, I know, Nico, you watch a lot of YouTube people.
I have the knowledge.
Okay, so tell me about some YouTube stars. Like, just name a couple and kind of brief,
Oh.
real quick. Tell me.
Okay, we have Philip DeFranco, he's kind of like a big news guy. He's very much here's the news. Here's my opinion on it. He's got a very big.
I don't know how I feel about news opinion people, but I know who you're talking about. I've seen a couple of his things. He's not bad, but I just don't know how I feel about when people do like story my opinion, story my opinion, story my opinion.
Well, he's very good on following up on information, which I think is kind of what makes him consistent.
Yeah. He also I
surprises
noticed.
me
That
that you
does set
haven't-
him apart because this current media is very.
Yeah, they tell the story and they walk away and they
ephemeral.
don't care.
Yeah.
But it surprises me that you have a problem with news than opinion, because for sure one of the things, and I think you and I are the same on this, that we both really, really like is John Oliver's show on HBO. And that for sure is actual news, but it's in the context of his
Right.
His
opinion.
opinion. Yeah.
But it's also, I think for me the difference is like he does his opinion for a comedy standpoint. He still only shines a light on things that need light shining. I think Philip DeFranco, a lot of his stuff isn't necessarily relevant, but it's things his viewers care about, so it's relevant for that little bubble.
Then how could it not be in the context of opinion?
Wait, I'm not sure what you're asking.
You're making an opinion call on about what your viewers care about, right?
Right.
That's your opinion on what your viewers
Yeah,
care about.
yeah.
Like,
Well,
It's relevant.
well,
But also-
yeah,
he
no,
also-
I mean, well, every news story in that element of it is opinion. Like, no matter what news covers what, there's at least an element of we think this is what's important to the people.
right. The news always
So-
is biased based on what they cover.
Right.
Exactly.
So I'm ignoring that element of opinion.
Fair enough. You
What-
mean like I, as this reporter, I know you care about this story, but I think it's dumb.
Right.
That kind of opinion.
Yeah, and so like what a lot of what Philip DeFranco will do, and I'm not necessarily bad mouthing because again it's a successful thing for his little bubble, is that his viewers want to hear that story, so he talks about that story and then he gives his opinion on that story, and a lot of times his opinion, it doesn't somehow enhance the story. It's just I'm Philip DeFranco and this is how I feel now that I told
Right,
you about
no.
it. So
Yeah,
I mean,
I understand the
like that's not
gripes with
positive,
it.
right?
But that's kind of just how YouTube goes in general. They say, okay, request what you want to see. I'll do what you want to see.
It's also you have to kind of
It's
build
a little
your fans.
dicey.
Yeah.
It's a little
No,
dicey.
literally,
that's-
they're always like,
right, but
put
that's
your
not-
request below.
But
Literally,
that's not with,
like
but that's
their
not
tagline.
with news though, right? Like that's not with the news element of YouTube. That's like I'm going to discuss a topic, or I'm going to clarify this issue.
Yeah.
Let
But
me
also,
know.
I think the issues that are big and prevalent are the ones that people want to see anyway.
Yes, that's that
Fair enough.
part. Okay,
And
so
that's what people are going to want
so
clarity on. 'cause
taking
they're like,
that-
everybody's talking about this. I don't really
Right.
know what's going on. Let me go to this YouTuber I respect /
And
value
get-
their
and
opinion.
get their opinion
get
on
the
it.
summary, get their opinion, therefore forming
So
my own.
now saying that, I want to transition to, there's two news pieces that have kind of pushed YouTube stars into the spotlight. And they're very different. We're going to do these really quick. Austin Jones is one of these YouTube guys who he just random funny stuff, and people love him. He's now facing criminal inappropriate charges for things with children. He essentially asked two underage female fans
I think
know-
I
I
remember
know.
to
about
send
this.
him
Yeah.
photos. And so now he's in a lot of trouble for having photos you're not supposed to have.
Yeah.
Now that, to me, this level of stardom creates this issue because these are people who are famous, and I'm using air quotes, but don't have that sort of built-in system that real famous people get, such as managers and agents who
Right.
protect them from this
I think
poor
they
decision
still have
making.
managers
YouTube-
and agents.
Well, they've started to, but really,
YouTubers for a long time have had not necessarily managers, because sometimes they'll hire like an independent manager.
well, they'll hire
But
like
a lot of
friend to manage their stuff.
No, not exactly, because there's some of them that also hire. They also get picked up by a network,
Right.
And then the network will often tell them like, "Hey, this is like the best content you kind of can produce."
Right.
They'll give you. They'll make you.
But they
a
don't.
budget.
But they don't help these people with their message and with their personal stuff. What I'm talking about is like a rock star has a manager who not only books tours, but when something happens behind the scenes, he actively works and like hires publicists and other
Right.
things to contain those
And
situations.
to be fair, the scale is much smaller.
Right,
YouTubers
and
not
that's
going
why-
to make nearly
Yeah.
enough money.
But I don't even think it's necessarily a scale thing. When rock stars or when TV stars or movie stars have agents and managers and people to protect their interests, that's the company that runs it, protecting the interests of their content that they've created.
Right.
YouTube it's all user-generated content, so YouTube doesn't have a vested interest in making sure the people who put stuff on YouTube
Right.
don't look like
Exactly.
idiots.
They don't. Yeah, they don't care at all. It's just about the views, and the views are how they even reward them financially. And then the other flip side of that is this chick Morena Joyce, who she's one of those people who, if you want to see me do something stupid, comment, blah blah blah. Anyway, developed thousands and thousands and thousands of followers, and now her fans have sort of gone rabid and weird because her videos are getting weirder and weirder and weirder and weirder. Cries for help. There are now guns in the background of things. People are saying that she's making videos against her will. They're like, her
is
eye
that
contact
like
is really
Barbie
off.
girl where she
Yeah.
like looks like real doe-eyed and real young?
And so, like, all of a sudden now,
Yeah.
her videos are getting really weird and loopy. She's talking in circles. She's not making sense.
She's talking in circles, and then she also. This is kind of a more recent development. A lot of people just suspect that she's literally just either gone on the deep end or has really
This
gone
is all
into
a
drug
ploy.
use.
Right.
Yeah, because her subscriber count went from like I think it was like around 40,000 to like 1.3 million in a matter of like 3 months.
And there are a bunch of YouTube stars who, I guess they're friends behind scenes, and they say that she deals with personal issues, and none of them want to comment publicly. So it seems like she might be dealing with either mental issues or drugs. But the issue is her fans are what's causing the story to drive, because they're like, there was a fan who even called the police and asked them to go to her house and investigate it.
Right, because they seem worried for her, but I also think that she's also made videos that are just very weird. She has one video where she's basically saying like that she is a goddess and that everything around her is like amazing and wonderful.
Well, and
It's
I
like
heard there's
super,
another video where
super
she
weird.
literally just said her name on loop for 10 minutes.
If she is doing this to increase her followers, like, this is a brilliant strategy. People like to watch the slow decline of someone.
Absolutely. So
And
it's
not
either-
even from like a I'm glad you're going through misery thing, but because it's
It's like
interesting
watching
to
a
see.
train wreck.
Yeah.
Right. So this is either really smart or really sad. And that's kind of the interesting thing about YouTube is it doesn't control the content or the message. It just feeds it to the people.
Right.
And so that's kind of what I want to talk about here. I'm glad we got to talk
You
about that.
are what you eat.
You are what you... Nice. And we're going to get out of here and eat on a break. And we come back, we're going to do some more Nerd Thug Radio.